Number of Nigerian school students abducted in the past 11 years. Chibok, 2014, 276 abducted, 90 still held. Dapchi, 2018, 110 abducted, 104 returned, 1 killed. Kankara, 2020, 344 abducted. Jangebe, 2021, 317 abducted. Bethel Baptist, 2021, 153 abducted, 125 still held. Kuriga, 2024, 287 abducted. Maga, 2025, 25 abducted. St. Mary's Catholic School, 2025, 315 abducted, 253 still held. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, is still in the thick of the teachers' dispute in the Federal Capital Territory. After the primary school teachers walked out in March 2025, the NLC has been pushing hard for the 70,000 naira minimum wage arrears and other allowances. In early June, the NLC gave the FCT administration a 7-day deadline to settle the wage issue, warning that a mass mobilization and picketing would follow if nothing changed. A similar notice was issued again in mid-November, with the union threatening to shut down the whole FCT if the impasse isn't resolved. The Federal Workers' Forum has publicly backed the NLC's call to shut down the capital, urging the union to follow through on its threats. A meeting between the NLC, lawmakers, and the FCT area councils on the 24th of November ended in a stalemate. The unions said the outcome wasn't convincing enough. On standby to begin a nationwide industrial action following what it described as a threat to education, especially teachers, workers, and school children.
We mourn the abduction of students and staff from major school in Kebbi and the 315 students and staff of Catholic school in Niger State. We feel the pain of the widespread and senseless killing across our nation. These are not just security failures. They are direct outcomes of system and commodifies everything, including human life. It's a system that commodifies human life. And that sees homeland not as place of community, but as a frontier for resources extraction.
So while the bandits are attacking and killing us instantly, our leaders are attacking and killing education instrumentally. And so we would continue our commitment to fight for education in Nigeria, to prioritize education in Nigeria is unshakable.
They should provide the necessary security that is supposed to be provided for our schools. Failure to do that, we will not have reason not to maybe shut down all the schools that we felt are in a very volatile area, because we can't be teaching while our life is at risk.
Deadly attack on schools, teachers and learners persist. The NUT will be left with no other option than to call out all teachers to down tools and sit at home and until the security and safety at all schools are guaranteed. Stop the attack on school now.
The union condemned the latest attacks in Kebbi and Niger states, branding the insecurity as a national emergency that threatens the country's entire education system. NUT President Comrade Audu Amba expressed outrage over the brutal killing of a vice principal and a security guard, as well as the recent mass abductions. These included the kidnapping of 25 female students from Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, Maga, Kebbi State.
Government have the political will to be able to curtail all this very insecurity that is happening in our schools. So without doing that, we too wouldn't allow our teachers to be subjected to brutal killings. You could see the one that happened in Kebbi. This teacher was killed in the front under the watch of his family. They told him that they will shoot him dead. And they shot him dead. His wife was watching.
And over 300 pupils and 12 staff members of St. Mary's Catholic Schools, Papiri, Niger State. These barbaric attacks are unacceptable. We call on the federal government to bring these attacks to an end to prevent the total collapse of the education system. The Union lamented the horrifying history of mass kidnappings over the last decade, citing major incidents such as the Chibok abduction, 2014, Dapchi, 2018, Kaduna Forestry College, and GSS Jangabe, 2021, and the kidnapping of 287 pupils in Kuriga, Kaduna, 2024. This relentless series of attacks is not merely an assault on schools, but an assault on the entire foundation of education and sustainable development in Nigeria. The ENART expressed deep concern that the surge in attacks has forced the closure of schools in affected states, jeopardizing the future of millions of children. The Union specifically criticized the government's failure to fully implement the Safe Schools Declaration, which Nigeria has endorsed, noting that the Senate recently ordered an investigation into the implementation of the associated Safe Schools Fund. We demand intensified efforts to rescue abducted students and staff and the immediate strengthening of security around schools, particularly in high-risk areas. The Union emphasized that education is the backbone of national development and that teachers are central to quality learning. For Nigeria to take its rightful place among nations, the government must secure the right of every child to learn in a safe, conducive environment. The Union will have no option but to direct all teachers to stay away from classrooms until their safety is guaranteed. The NUT also conveyed its sympathy to the families of the victims and urged the perpetrators of these crimes to be tracked down and prosecuted without delay.
Thank you for your time.